Hi everybody, welcome to Old Women Teach. I know we just posted a video yesterday, but I wanted to continue on this word. It was so big to me yesterday, and I fed on it all day long, and I want to just share with you again. We were in Second Corinthians chapter 5 verse 7 again, where it says we walk by faith and not by sight. We define the word faith, which is the truth of God or reliance on Christ, and the word sight, which means view or appearance. So we walk mobility or progress by faith, not by sight. So if we put the definitions of the words in that verse, it says we progress, we move forward by reliance on Christ and the truth of God, not by the view or the appearance. Is that not amazing? That is so great. That speaks so much to us. So I know we talked about Lazarus and how the flesh, the senses, he's already stinketh. If you'd have been here, my brother wouldn't have died. All these things that the sisters are saying to Christ, told that they were going by the signs in their flesh, right? Their five senses, their sight, their smell, their taste, their feel, and their feelings, and their hearing. Okay, so which is very easy to do, right? It's very easy to do. Even Mary, when the angel came to her and said, "You're going to bear a son, the Son of God," and she said, how can these things be, seeing I know not a man? Her flesh, everything she knew about her flesh was saying, this is impossible. And the angel said, for with God, all things are possible. We're going to talk about one more example today. We're going to go all the way back to Genesis. This theme is all the way through the Bible, for us to have the ability to believe in the truth of God, believe in reliance on Christ. Where our feelings are fickle, think we can feel one day about this thing about one day and that way another day. That's we don't rely on our feelings, we don't rely on our emotions, we rely on what the truth of God says. Okay, this is what we rely on. So let's go back to Genesis. We're going to go to chapter 15. Let's go down to verse 5, and we're talking about Abram. And it says, and he, God, brought him forth abroad and told him, now look. So he told Abraham to use his sight. Okay, one of the things in his five senses. And it says, look now towards heaven and tell the stars, if thou be able to number them. And of course we can't number the stars, right? And he said unto him, so shall thy seed be. So what he was doing was, though he used his sight, he was asking Abraham to use his vision. Okay? Now there's a difference between having sight and having vision. Sight, we know, is the view, what we can see with our natural eye, or the appearance, how it appears to be to us, right? Our perception. The vision, on the other hand, is our ability to think or plan in the future with imagination or wisdom. So our vision, we can see certain things with our natural sight, but our vision sees far beyond that. So what he was asking Abram to do, by using the example of his vision, his sense of sight, he was asking him on his sense of sight, he was asking him to have a vision, to plan the future and with imagination and wisdom. Okay, and what does he tell him with this vision? He says, if thou be able to, brought him forth abroad and said, look, use your sight now, but I want you to see with a vision. Okay, and tell the stars, if you be able to number them. And of course you can't number the stars, they're innumerous. He said unto him, so shall thy seed be. Now Abraham, if he looked with his sight, with his flesh, okay, he could see that he was an old man, that Sarah was barren, that she was past the age of being able to deliver a son. So, with his sight, again, like Mary said, this is how can this be? Seeing that I'm an old man, how can this be? Seeing that Sarah is beyond the age of bearing. Just like Mary said, how can this be? Seeing I know not a man. Just like the sister said to Christ, we know he'll rise again in the last day, in my fleshly reasoning, this, we understand that this may happen, later, or in my fleshly reasoning, said Mary, in other words, and I'm paraphrasing here, this can't be. This is according to how things work in the flesh. I have no way of doing this. According to Abraham in the flesh, he could say, this is not how this works. Okay, but listen to what the next verse says. Verse 6 in Genesis chapter 15 says, and he believed. Okay, so faith there, truth of God, reliance on Christ. He believed in the Lord, and he counted it to him for righteousness. Okay, so Abraham was doing what 2 Corinthians chapter 5 says. He was progressing his mobility, his future, his ability to go on past this. Are you feeling stuck? Are you feeling like you've been praying for the same thing for a long time and you just haven't seen it come to pass? Are you feeling stuck in the same place? Your mobility, your ability to progress, your ability to move forward is in the faith. If we look at our natural circumstances, it seems impossible that this would be able to happen, right? It seems impossible that this would be able to happen. But God puts the right people at the right place at the right time. If it's a doctor, if it's a lawyer, if it's a banker, if it's, the right person to speak to your child, if it's the right person to be in who notices you at the right time, it's the right boss, the right supervisor in the place at the right time to accomplish what he says. His word will not return void, and it accomplishes wherever he sends it. I'm telling you, your mobility, your progress, your ability to move forward is in the faith, not in how the present view, or the appearance of how it might seem. Stay encouraged.